Witnesses say security guard Jamel Robertson was acting as a hero when he stopped an active shooter in a Chicago area bar early Sunday morning. But moments later, Jamel was shot and killed by a police officer. Police claim the officer gave Jamel Robertson multiple verbal commands to drop his weapon. Joining us now is the mother of Jamel Robertson's 9-month-old son and unborn baby, Avantea Bus, and her attorney, Lee Merritt. We're so pleased that you're both here and able to speak with us, and we're so sorry for your loss, Avantea.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Merritt, here's what the police say. Here's what the Illinois State Police say. Upon his arrival, a Midlothian police officer encountered a subject in plain black clothing with no markings, readily identifying him as a security guard armed with a gun in the west parking lot. According to witness statements, the Midlothian officer gave the armed subject multiple verbal commands to drop the gun and get on the ground before ultimately discharging his weapon and striking the subject. So they're talking about Jamel Robertson there, obviously. What makes you think that he was clearly identified as a security guard?
Well, my office has spoken to multiple witnesses who have said the opposite, that he was marked at least 3 times, from his headgear, which said security in big, bright white letters, to a shirt that said security, to a vest that said security on it, again in big, bright white letters. But not only that, there are other witnesses who have come forward who have given statements to say that when police arrived and they put guns on Jamel, they responded to the police, don't shoot him, he's a security guard. We have to remember who we're talking about. This was somebody who just heroically saved countless people in a bar, and he apprehended the suspect, the original shooter, who just shot 4 other people. And so the idea that he should put his gun down, if that were even the facts, that he should put his gun down in front of the person who just committed a mass shooting, who attempted to kill several people, that in and of itself would be kind of ridiculous.
There are so many heartbreaking things about this. I mean, not only that he was acting as a hero, but that he so quickly after that lost his life. So, Avantea, tell us how you learned that Jamel was killed.
A family member told me about it. She called me and told me, did I hear what happened? And I said, what do you mean what happened? She's like, yeah, the police shot him. And I told her, are you playing? And she told me, no, she's not playing. And then I just broke down crying in the bathroom. And for a long time, I was in the bathroom until somebody had to come in there and cover me.
And what, I mean, I don't know, obviously your son, Tristan, is 9 months old, so he can't comprehend what happened, but have you seen a difference in him? Is he aware on any level of what's happened to his father?
No. He just been calling his dad.
And what Avantea and I have been discussing this is that at 9 months, this is her son's first Christmas coming up, and her and Jamel were looking forward to this Christmas. He actually was taking extra shifts as a security guard so that he could buy them gifts. They both share a birthday in early February. The baby's on February 6th.
7th.
On 7th, and Jamel's on
the 6th.
On the 6th, and so he was looking forward to them spending these first milestones together. He was a great father, and so it's been a really tragic time, really difficult time for the family.
Yeah, we can imagine. The Midlothian police chief has said this: we view this as the equivalent of a blue-on-blue friendly fire incident. How do you interpret that, Mr. Merritt?
Yeah. No, they don't. If they did so, they would be doing this differently. They've already released information that they believe to be exculpatory in their preliminary report. And so if this was a case where they saw this as a friendly fire, or as if a police officer was shot, then we would see this being handled much differently. There would be more transparency. They would have released the name of the officer. We would know more about his background, his training, whether he has a history of brutality. We don't know any of that. The only thing that they have been willing to release are statements that they believe will paint Mr. Robertson, Jamel, in a light that would justify this shooting. And they haven't given credence to those witnesses who have given statements in the other direction. And so we're seeing here what we often see in cases of police brutality is that the investigators, where the police are policing the police, and they're crafting an investigation in such a way as to find a way to justify the unjustifiable. And I don't know that we can truly appreciate that this guy should be being celebrated right now. Jamel should be being celebrated across the country. He prevented another mass shooting. He's the quintessential good guy with a gun that we say we need in situations like this. But he still had to face the reality of being a black man in America. And so, although he's a good guy with a gun who's done absolutely the right thing, and that was his job to do, when police arrived, they saw a threat and they executed him.
Avantia, there's so much that's tragic here. I mean, just as Mr. Merritt spelled out, we have a picture of Jamel and your son, and of course you're pregnant right now with another baby. What will you tell your children about their dad?
He's a good father. He's a hero. It's so much. He loved his son so much. He called him Juice because he loved to eat. But it's just harmful for me and my family and his family that he's gone. And I'm gonna tell them when they get older, when they get real older, what happened to their father, that he was a hero and he saved a lot of people.
Yeah. Avantia Bus, Mr. Lee Merritt, please, we're obviously staying on this story, and we will see how the police department responds. Thank you very much for sharing your personal photos and story with us.